Speaking of great, let's do some Watch This Bitches.
Sure.
We all saw Lego Batman this week.
We did.
Not together.
No, separately with our own families.
I want to hear...
Shipwreck saw it only with one child and no spouse.
And he hates Batman.
And he hates Batman. So what'd you think, Shipwreck?
It was good. I didn't think it was as good as the Lego movie, but I think I liked the parts where they were making fun of Batman, but then when it turned into, oh, this is really just broody Batman, like heavy-handed broody Batman, I thought it got a little long.
I think the movie was about a half hour too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like all in, it's about a half hour too long.
Yeah. It's an hour and 45 minutes. That is a long kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good. I think it was good. Yeah. I think it's the best Batman movie I've seen in a decade.
No, it's a great movie. It's probably somewhere 15 to 20 minutes too long. That's all.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was funny. I thought it had all the Batman-y themes that you need. Shipwreck, I was thinking of Shipwreck, that they didn't show his parents being murdered.
Right, there's really
enjoyed
there's
that.
no origin story.
Right, I was pleased because I knew that you must have been pleased.
I think I would have liked to seen, I don't know, more of the villains.
They seemed more interesting.
Yeah, it seemed like I was expecting going in that this was going to be like a big cast of characters type of thing. Because you see in the previews and you see like a scene with all of the Justice League guys, and then you see all these different villains in another scene, and like that's the majority of this movie is just like Batman and Alfred and Robin and Batgirl.
There were a lot of long pauses of Batman walking like alone in his house. And right. it just seemed like okay, which works if you're making a movie that's not aimed at children, I guess.
Ty almost cried.
Yeah,
I mean it's sad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He said I feel bad for Batman twice. Spoiler. You might feel bad for Batman.
Batman has dead parents. Spoiler alert.
You may experience feelings of empathy. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was funny. My parents fell asleep during it.
Yeah, Laura fell asleep twice.
But I heard my dad laughing also.
Yeah, no, I laughed. It was very funny. And it has a ton of references, and it's cute, and I'll see it again. I'll probably wind up buying it for, to watch at home, ad nauseum. But it seemed to miss it wasn't quite tight enough.
Right. It needed an edit. It needed something because there's definitely some funny parts in there. But a lot of times I just was like thinking like, okay, when are we going to get to the next funny part? There was like, it took itself too seriously for making fun of serious Batman.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's very good. It's just
it opens strong. It has a really strong first 30, and that's also could sometimes be a problem when the rest of the movie isn't that strong.
That's where all the villains were at too.
Mm-hmm. And he sings the song, and it's like a whole thing. It's cute, but it never quite that tone somehow gets lost.
Right. I feel like the beginning of the movie, it's very much the Batman that was in the Lego movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the same tone. It had the same kind of humor and everything. And then it was like, nope, we're going to go over here and tell our more traditional Batman story for a little while. And then we're going to get wacky again with more characters.
I will give a shout out to my friend Jared Stern, who wrote the Batman movie, and say, you did a great job. So,
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. No, he did. I let him know on the Twitters.
He must have been so happy.
He said, "Thanks, Stuart."
Nice, dude. You're famous now.
I am famous by association.
See, you're the one that's looking for fame about status and celebrity, not me.
Yes,
Trench-alicious. Go after him.
Someone I know that worked very hard to get where he is in this industry.
Exactly.
In that industry.
I rest my case.
What did your kids think about it, Wombat?
They were weird, weirdly, like not opinionated one way or the other. Sabrina obviously being older can be more vocal with these kind of things, but she didn't leave the movie like jumping up and down going like this was amazing. And Elliot was like, he said, "Oh, it was really good. There were some scary parts." I'm like, "What were the scary parts?" I don't remember. That's what I got out of 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
So
Emmeline, similar, I think, type of attitude towards it. Like she definitely liked certain scenes, and she did say there were some scary parts, but she couldn't remember what they were. But she wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't her typical like talking about it for days afterwards.
Yeah, no, there was no talking about it for days afterwards with this. And it's interesting because they were really, both of them were super excited to go see it, like for days talking about when are we going to see Lego Batman. And the fact that after the movie they were like, all right, we saw Lego Batman, and just, back to their lives. It was sort of a letdown. Elliot, the other day, just because it was on TV, I watched the last 25 minutes of the Blues Brothers, which it's basically just when they play the big venue at the end, and they sing "Sweet Home Chicago," and then the huge car chase.
Sure,
the 20-minute long car. It's amazing.
Like one of the greatest scenes ever. Yeah,
yeah. Elliot watched that with me. And he was significantly more interested in the last 25 minutes of the Blues Brothers than anything that was in the Lego Batman movie.
Of course, but I mean that's a clear cinema moment.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying he was able to pick up on that at 5 to understand that difference. Yeah. Yeah, I say thank you to that then.
Good. I say good day to you.
I say good day. So there you go. The question now is, do I let my son watch the rest of the Blues Brothers movie knowing that it's woefully inappropriate?
Just tell him that it's inappropriate.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, I know, and that would work. Can I see the rest of the movie? No, it's inappropriate.
Yep.
So we also watched Too Much of Chicago together the other day. The musical movie.
Wait, what?
The movie musical of Chicago?
With who? You watched it with your kids?
They were like walking around the house while it was on in the background.
Because you said we watched it and we were just talking about.
No, we didn't sit down and have a movie night.
Come here, son. We're gonna watch Chicago.
Yeah, no. It wasn't like that. It was like early in the morning, and I just had it on while I was making coffee, and they were like getting ready for school.
Okay.
And they were like, "What is that?"
That's right. That's the appropriate response.
Yes, no, not. We did sit down as a family and watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
That's the most recent one.
That's the most recent one with Bebop and Rocksteady.
Is it good? I heard that it was supposed to be good, but then the critics, the Rotten Tomato score is kind of shitty.
It's a children's movie.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. It is a children's movie. Do not go into this expecting to see a movie for grown-ups. Don't expect it to be, some sort of dark reimagining of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Expect it to be a movie aimed at children probably around the age of 10 or 11. Or maybe even younger. And enjoy your children enjoying this movie.
Oh.
That's my advice. Not that you would hate it. You would get some of the references, but don't expect don't expect too much out of it.
Right.
It's better than the first one, though.
Sounds like the Ghostbusters reboot.
The Ghostbusters reboot just wasn't funny. That was the problem with that.
Right. They beat up some ghosts pretty well, though.
I'm not talking about the end of the Ghostbusters movie. That was terrible. I'm not even one of those. I'm not even a Ghostbusters apologist, and I did not like that movie.
Right. Who saw this classic bit of Japanese cinema?
That's me. I've never seen that before. I saw My Neighbor Totoro.
Mm-hmm.
We have movie night every Friday night here, so that's what Emmeline picked out to watch. And I checked to make sure that one was age appropriate.
Right.
And it was. That's a weird movie. There's a lot of like kind of intense stuff going on for like as far as like a parent that could die at any moment.
Right.
Have you guys seen this movie?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Wombat, you have not?
Nope.
Okay. It's an excellent film. And my daughter liked watching it just because Totoro the monster is very cute. And the little girl is actually
it has like a big thing in it though, right?
A
monster
big
thing.
Yeah, Totoro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fluffy monster thing.
Yeah, just really not much on the plot. Like there's not a lot that's resolved over the course of an hour and a half of watching the movie.
Right.
Which I think it's very much, I think it's just a cultural difference there. Because I was like thinking the entire time, like, how would this movie be different if Disney would have made it? Because I have seen like Ponyo. Is that how you pronounce that?
Ponyo? I don't know. I forget that.
It doesn't. We know what movie you're referring to.
Yeah,
Ponyo.
which is Studio Ghibli's version of Little Mermaid, and it's just like way out there compared to like Disney's version of Little Mermaid.
Ponyo.
Yeah.
Porno.
But I don't know. I gave it a chance. I liked it. But at the same time, at the end, I was like, well, we did not really learn anything or have an emotional journey of any kind other than being worried that this parent was going to die the entire time.
No. The big payoff is the song at the end.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yep.
We were singing that.
Yeah.
She got up and started dancing to that.
Yeah. That's it. And the cat bus.
Oh, man. The cat bus is great as well. What did you think about... Can we spoil this a little bit?
Totoro?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't remember.
1988. I think you can spoil it.
Okay. Spoilers.
Do you remember a part where they are in a lake? They're just dredging a lake to see if they can find a body.
They are?
Yeah. Really odd like minute of this movie where one of the girls goes missing.
Oh. They were looking for her?
Yes.
That's dark. This guy's a little dark, I guess.
Pretty dark.
Don't watch Grave of the Fireflies. That's the one you want to be careful.
I think Kiki's Delivery Service is the next one.
Yeah.
That we'll watch.
Yep. I haven't seen that one, but I think you're good to go with that one.
I recommend Watership Down. That's real uplifting.
No.
It's cheerful fun for the whole family.
I watched the whatever episode
in Chicago, the musical.
Right, that's next.
That's also great for the whole family.
How about Les Mis, Wombat, for the whole family? That's actually okay.
We watch a lot of musicals. Sabrina's into the whole Broadway thing, so it's not uncommon to be on and around the house.
Tommy, do they know about Tommy?
They have not watched Tommy, although Tommy the movie is not so amazing. So
yes, it is, but it's not appropriate for children.
No, it is not appropriate for children. I've been trying to find. It's annoying because I don't want to. It's the kind of thing you think would be on Netflix or cable. Is Little Shop of Horrors.
I went and saw that this weekend.
Yeah,
it was one of our plays.
Wow.
Yep, it was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
No longer playing.
Damn.
Boo.
What else we got here? I watched the free episode of My Brother and Me, the CISO show.
I watched that.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You never mentioned that to me.
Sorry, I didn't know I had to tell you everything I watched.
I thought it was really funny and heartwarming.
Yes. So it was all of those things. It was very well done. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hope it does well for them. Those are three nice guys.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I agree. At Young Wombat wants Wombat to give his thoughts on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
This week's episode was pretty crazy. They've done a really good job this season, generally speaking. They had the whole Ghost Rider story arc in the first half of the year, which is pretty decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. And I like that they used, it doesn't really matter. They They tied it into Doctor Strange in a good way with a book. And that has sort of led to this whole life model decoy storyline, where anyone who is familiar with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. comic books from really the late 60s through now might be familiar with the comic book concept, the life model decoy.
Life model
decoy. Yeah, Nick Fury uses them in place of himself in situations that he thinks may be dangerous, because if you shoot him and it's just a robot, then it's just a robot. And it's it had been a running thing in comic books for about 40.
Basically, think clones, Cheapy. Just
so he has clones. Like a collection of robots of himself.
Yeah, Nick Fury in the comic books has a seemingly unlimited collection of clone robots of himself that he tends to send on missions when he thinks it's a suicide mission.
And the robot can talk like him and is basically him?
Yeah, you can't tell that it's not him.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Don't look at me. I have not been writing Nick Fury comics for 40 years.
Is he
50 years?
That seems like a cop out.
It is. It's a cop out thing that was used in the comic books for decades. Right, and you're right. That's why the storyline that they're doing now in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they've sort of twisted this whole concept, because they've just introduced the life model decoy as being a thing in this half of the season, and how it's not just a cop out thing, and how they can't just introduce this and have it be a thing that everyone just accepts.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
So all of everything that you just said is basically what they've been exploring on this, and it's led to this really weird thing, and the last episode was just very cool.
Oh, okay. So, interesting.
Cool, like, horror movie motif with a good twist ending, and there won't be any new episodes until April, so I'm sort of bummed about that.
But what you're saying is they've explained that ridiculousness with Nick Fury's robots.
Yeah, exactly.
Family and friends.
Yeah, and they don't. It's not Nick Fury in this show, but yes, they basically were like, the idea of, if you're a comic book fan and they bring up life model decoy, you expected it. At least I did. I expected it to be this sort of one and done thing, like, oh, they're going to introduce life model decoys and they're just going to be a thing on the show now, and they didn't do that at all.
Right. So if Nick Fury has like a meeting that he doesn't really want to go to.
He sends robots, yes.
Or like a date that he doesn't really want to go to.
Robot. Yep. Robot.
That's too weird. That's too unrealistic.
And actually, there's a throwaway joke in Avengers Age of Ultron where when Tony Stark sees him in the barn, and he goes, "Is this you, or is this a life model decoy?"
Ah, great.
Mm-hmm.
See, I knew you knew a lot about this stuff.
I know enough about this stuff.
Too much.
A lot and enough are two different things.